The early teachings of Buddha emphasized the middle way as a central part of his philosophy, even before the Theravada and Mahayana schools existed. Despite many mentions of the middle way, it often seems unclear and confusing. How does it connect to the Eightfold Path, the three jewels of Buddhism, and Buddha's political crusade against elitism? The traditional schools seem to make such explanations even more mystical. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's Navayana cuts through this confusion, offering a clear and consistent interpretation of early Buddhist texts. Ambedkar's approach aims to achieve liberty, equality, and fraternity, providing a pragmatic ideology that addresses the polarizing challenges of today's world. To understand the mind of the Buddha through the Navayana perspective, we will take the help of a framework and then interpret Buddha's teachings in the earliest texts with this lens. According to this framework, the nature of ourself can be understood in terms of 5 aspects. 1. Subjective awareness. 2. Objective awareness. 3. Ego. 4. Collective unconscious. And 5. Self. According to the Navayana perspective, balancing these aspects creates a healthy intersubjective self. In a hierarchical society, however, this self becomes estranged, leading to negative individualism and the extremes the Buddha asked us to avoid. Buddha envisaged that taking a balanced approach in this sense can create a healthy intersubjective selfhood and form the basis of an equal society based on fraternity. Now let's try to look at the early teachings of Buddha from this perspective. In his first discourse, the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the Buddha spoke of the middle way as a balance between extreme indulgence in materialistic pursuits and the denial and withdrawal into asceticism. Extreme indulgence leads to elitist values, while withdrawal from desiring material comforts fosters acceptance of a materially impoverished life. A balanced perspective, the Buddha taught, ensures a good life for all, avoiding a materially hierarchical society. In other early Buddhist texts, the middle way is further philosophically detailed as a balance between 2 extremes, materialism and subjective idealism. Extreme materialism, the belief that only physical matter exists and that mental phenomena are derivative, reduces or nullifies the role of human agency. On the other extreme, subjective idealism reduces the reality of an interdependent physical and psychological world to merely a product of consciousness. By taking the middle way, the Buddha emphasized a shared objective reality that can be observed through objective awareness, agreed upon through intersubjective awareness, and transformed through cooperative action by multiple individuals. The middle way also addresses the balance between particularity focusing solely on individual egos and separate entities, and extreme generality, which emphasizes a universal collective. Concentrating exclusively on individual egos can lead to excessive self-centeredness and alienation, while overemphasis on the universal collective can erase personal identity and individuality. By maintaining a balance between these extremes, the middle way helps preserve a healthy sense of self while recognizing our interconnectedness with others. Buddha developed the theory of dependent origination, also known as paticcasamuppada, through self-reflection and observing human interactions. This theory explains how an imbalance in the mind arises when we ignore the middle way, leading to a chain reaction of negative effects. The chain reaction starts with a lack of awareness about the middle way. Ignorance of the middle way, according to Buddha, distorts our intersubjective function of the self, creating imbalance of the different aspects of the mind. Our decision-making or volitions become conditioned towards self-preservation, which then influences our perception, actions, reasoning, and attachment in ways that distorts our ego and makes us individualistic. An individualistic self is prone to creating a cycle of conflict and suffering, as such a self, in its imbalanced state, constantly seeks self-validation and clings to desires, resulting in more suffering. This creates a self prone to domination and submission, forming the basis for recreating social hierarchy and inducing more suffering. The Aditapariya Sutta, Fire Sermon, teaches that everything is aflame with passion, aversion, and delusion, highlighting the need for a balanced approach to manage these fires. By working intersubjectively, we can protect our ego from being overwhelmed by others, while also nourishing both our own and others' egos. This balance ensures that we safeguard our sense of self and foster mutual respect and care, preventing the dominance or submission that leads to social hierarchies and suffering. The middle way is the first step away from elitist philosophies and ideologies that create this imbalance, as they seek to maintain this hierarchy. The middle way offers a philosophical framework that supports ethical pragmatism and the principles of democratic governance embodied in the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path emphasizes a balanced approach to life and decision-making, avoiding extremes and promoting harmony. This framework can be understood through 3 stages: right perspective, which fosters a shared understanding of the objective world through an intersubjective approach; right action, which encourages cooperative efforts based on mutual recognition and respect; and right reflection, which involves analyzing outcomes and causes to enhance learning and improvement without assigning blame. By following these 3 phases, individuals can apply the middle way to enhance collaboration. This approach fosters trust, mutual recognition, and reflective practice. The Eightfold Path creates the foundation for the 3 jewels of Buddhism: Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. It is a versatile methodology that can be applied across various spheres of our existence, transforming ourselves, our relationships, and our human institutions towards the virtuous cycle. Buddha, individual level. Apply the Eightfold Path to cultivate individual balance and mindfulness, fostering personal growth and enlightenment. Dhamma, relationships level. Implement the Eightfold Path in relationships, whether within the family, at work, in local communities, or in social movements. This creates a harmonious environment based on trust, mutual respect, and continuous improvement. Sangha, institutional level. Utilize the Eightfold Path to guide institutions and organizations, promoting ethical governance, collaboration, and sustainable development. This fosters a culture of integrity, accountability, and collective well-being. To summarize, the middle way from early Buddhist texts lays the foundation for a revolutionary approach to ethical pragmatism through the Eightfold Path, and its application to society through the 3 jewels. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's Navayana Buddhism cuts through traditional mysticism, boldly reinterpreting the Buddha's teachings to promote true liberty, equality, and fraternity. By linking the middle way to the 3 jewels, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, Navayana paves the way for a democratic society built on trust, mutual respect, and continuous improvement, offering a radical yet clear vision of the Buddha's wisdom. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights on applying ancient wisdom to modern life. Get in touch using the information given below. Together, we can promote liberty, equality, and fraternity in our world.